Hi, Sean Pine, Newmarket Elementary School here. I just wanted to share with you some of the footage that you'll see of the going on here at Newmarket Elementary School. One, you'll see a little bit of information regarding my kindergarten team, and they are currently taking a reading training called Letters. Additionally, you'll see some footage of our Unified Arts Night, and actually you will hear from Carly DeLue as well about our Artists in Residence program. And finally, you will have information about our kindergarten night that we just did this past Tuesday. We hope that you find this informative, and if you have any questions, please feel free to call me here at the school. Hi, again, in front of me I have three of my kindergarten teachers that are participating in the Letters program through the state of New Hampshire. At the end of the table is Carol Podier, Aaron Ryden, and Melissa Kalinsky. So we're just going to briefly talk about what the Letters program is all about and how it's benefiting the kindergartners currently and in the future. So can somebody tell me, what does Letters mean? L-E-T-R-S. What does that mean?
It means language essentials for teachers who are teaching reading and spelling. And it's a program that is created by Louisa Motes and Carol Tillman, who are both experts in their field and consultants. So it's offered through the New Hampshire Department of Education.
Fantastic.
And there are actually two courses. There's an early childhood and an elementary course. They're a little bit different, but kind of feeds from birth all the way up through third grade, I believe.
Yes.
Third grade, so.
Great. So why did you decide to enroll in this professional training?
Years ago, we had Carol Tillman visit our school, and we had the opportunity to work with her over a couple of years to be able to do a program very similar to this. So when this was offered by the state of New Hampshire for us to be able to come in and do this, I always wanted to dig deeper, and this provided it for me.
I think that reading is such a complex thing, and teaching kindergarten kind of being the catalyst of that reading experience. It's interesting to understand reading deeper and then how to better teach reading to these kids.
Yeah.
And another aspect of it is sort of delving into a little deeper, like you said, but understanding how the reading brain works. So not only how to teach these kids and how to instruct, but then also getting to know, like, how is their brain working and why aren't they getting reading, and how can I help those struggling readers, and understanding more behind it than just that they, are struggling with reading and letters. So for me, I wanted to not only improve my instruction, but understand more of why aren't these kids getting it, why are they struggling, and what can I do to help them.
So I realize this is a pretty extensive training. What sort of commitment of time are you looking at this, and how long is the program?
It's a
taking
2-year
place?
program.
Okay.
The elementary
Course
is, 2 years.
Yes, so it requires it's 8 sessions, 8 units, and we do the first 4 units in the first year, and the second 4 units in the second year.
So I think it comes out to about 160 hours worth of development.
Yeah, and the early childhood's about 5 or 6 months of work. It's 4 units, so it's not as extensive of a commitment, but it's definitely it's very valuable, I think. And now taking that one and going to the elementary, it's a nice kind of feeder and prep, I guess, for the elementary course.
Have you guys had any aha moments, and if so, what are some of those things that you have, and have you used this so far in your classroom this year?
I guess one of my biggest ones was the importance of phonology, the sounds that letters make. That is something that we focused on, but not as much as we could have, and how important it is to create the foundation of sounds in reading.
And I think kind of going with that, the importance of oral language. The early child, it's a lot of talking. It's not so much reading yet because they're, younger, 2, 3, 4. But the importance of oral language and read alouds. I've kind of changed and shifted my read aloud each day to kind of incorporate some heavier vocabulary, some more questions. But the importance of oral language, especially as a young kid, is very important. So.
And they talk a lot about the simple view of reading, which is one of the biggest concepts that you'll read from the beginning of it, which for me, where they discuss that not only word knowledge And then they talk about the language part of it and how they go hand in hand, and without one you can't have the other. And sometimes we focus too much on the word concepts of, you know, decoding the phonemic, but also, like you said, the oral language, you forget that that language piece is just as important. And if you can't have both, then even if you're really strong in one, you're still not going to be a great reader. So for me, that was, like you said, the oral language piece was a huge aha moment.
So after you've finished all this intensive training, how do you feel this is going to benefit the student learning outcomes in the future?
We've already noticed that when we're planning it and having these, trying to implement different activities that we've already incorporated into it. So we've already seen improvement even in through it while we're going through it. So,
And some of it we've already sort of been doing, but we now have the background knowledge, I guess, of the why and why that works or doesn't work. You know, it's kind of stuff we've done, just looking at it different ways. Does that make sense?
And for me, I noticed a difference in how I can support my struggling readers.
Yeah.
Before, I was always at a loss, like, you know, they're not getting it. What can I do? What am I doing wrong? And this program really, really teaches you how to instruct those readers and where to look and how to assess and what to assess. So we've used some of the assessments with our own kids and said, oh my God, there it is. This is exactly what they're missing. This is a piece of the phonemic awareness that they're missing. So for me, it's the biggest part I see is noticing how can I help those struggling readers? How can I group them better? What instruction do I need to do to help them improve? So for me, that's sort of what I've been focusing on in my class in the small group instruction.
Well, thank you guys for your time, and thank you for the time that you're investing in the reading instruction here at Newmarket Elementary School. You're really going above and beyond in reaching for all those kids in reading. I would just say, you know, all the teachers here give the solid foundational skills for reading for all the kids here at Newmarket, but one of the biggest things you can do as a family and as a community is make sure that your child is reading every night if possible for 20 minutes. Have them read to you, you read to them. Please get them off their devices and find the love of reading. Thank you very much. Hi, Sean Pine, Newmarket Elementary School Principal, and welcome to our Unified Arts Night tonight. One of the unique features that families are going to be able to see this evening is an artist in residence project that was done with our art teacher, Carly DeLue. Ms. DeLue spent a considerable amount of time doing this, and I'd like you to introduce Carly DeLue, our art teacher.
Thanks, John. My name's Carly DeLue, and I'm the art teacher here at Newmarket Elementary School. This year we were very privileged to host Mark Raganese, a woodwork artist out of Vermont. For about 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, our 4th and 5th graders have been working with Mark to build this beautiful wishing flag house. And the 4th graders, they cut, dyed, and stamped all of these flags that you see hanging on this structure. And then we handed them out to the entire school, staff included, and they were able to write their wishes and their hopes and dreams on them. And our 5th graders worked with Mark to actually construct the house itself. It's made out of saplings that he cut from the woods of Vermont and brought over here for us. And it's really special because it will be able to be here for a number of years. Families can come and enjoy it when school's not in session. And our students are going to be able to come out here with their teachers and do activities, have read-alouds, and just spend some time outside. It'll look really beautiful, especially once the garden gets going and students and staff can come out here and enjoy both of these wonderful opportunities that we have here. And we're so thankful that we were able to have Mark come and enjoy our time with him. And yeah, so definitely come out and check it out. It's a really beautiful place, and we're really, really proud of it and really happy with it. So thank you.
improv scene. Also, there are a number of pieces of artwork behind here created by 3rd through 5th graders. This is called Blackout Poetry, so if you have a family member in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, please come and sign their piece of work.
Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm Christina Cochran. I'm the Assistant Principal for Student Services. And our other Assistant Principal, Debbie Rocco, is over there. So I know a lot of you are probably pretty anxious about your kids coming to kindergarten. I was there 3 years ago. Trust me, you'll make it through. I do ask if you have any particular questions relating specifically to your children that you can see one of us or myself or Debbie afterwards. But general questions, feel free to go ahead and raise your hand at the end. And I'm going to introduce our kindergarten staff. So we have Miss Lazarus, Miss Kalinsky, Miss Butler, Miss Ryden, and Miss Podier. And then to talk a little bit about our health is going to be our nurse, Diane McCormick.
So I'm here to talk about our reading program. I think 5 or 6 years we've been doing Super Kids. It's a super engaging program. The kids love it. You may even have heard about it with other siblings. It's a kindergarten through 2nd grade program, so it does grow with your children as they get to 2nd grade. So I want to talk about our math program, which is the greatest program here. No. Is that better? Okay, sorry. I'm not used to showing quotes. But the Bridges program is a second-year program that we've been working with, which is our math program. It's a program that's made up of 8 different units. It's done monthly, and it's made up of 3 different ways of doing it.
Okay, I'm sort of going to go through what a kindergarten in a typical day would look like, and also talk a little bit about our tier supports. So typically, actually next year, I believe our kindergarten day is going to start